I seen him fight his last fight. He was tired in that 12-round span. Like, you could tell every time he fight, it's always like a gas tank problem or...
Make it rough for anybody. But, you know, Tank is a different animal too. So, it's a great fight. That's why everybody want to see it. You can't just look at it and say, oh, he gonna win, oh, he gonna win. No.
People go in there and they're very obedient to Tank's power. And Lamont wasn't there that night. Lamont wasn't having it.
Shakur Stevenson is warning Lamont Roach to stay away from a rematch with Gervonta Davis. He calls Davis the best, especially when it comes to power, and says Davis has been breaking down fighters left and right. Stevenson makes it clear that Roach won't get another lucky break if he faces Davis again. With Davis looking stronger than ever, Shakur tells Roach to be careful or he could pay a heavy price.
I think it'll be a chess match. I think it'll be a boxing match. People talk about his power. His power is great. You can clearly tell that he's cracking.
Shakur Stevenson admits that if he ever faces Gervonta Davis, it would be his toughest fight yet. He recognizes Davis's power, skill, and unpredictability, calling him a serious threat. Shakur understands it won't be an easy match and shows respect for Davis as a dangerous opponent who could really push him to his limits.
What would be your hardest matchup? Devin Haney, Tank, or would it be Ryan Garcia?
Nah, Ryan, just X him out. He's trash. It's gonna be Tank. I ain't say it before, but I'm gonna say it like me and him the big fight.
New training videos show Gervonta Davis looking stronger and more ripped than ever, with intense focus in every move. His tweet, "Somebody is in trouble," has fans buzzing, signaling he's ready to take control in the ring. Legendary boxer Roy Jones Jr. calls Davis a whole new kind of fighter. While he admits the next fight could go either way, Jones believes Davis's raw power and skill will stand out. He expects Davis to dominate and prove why nobody should ever underestimate him. Gervonta Davis has brought in a new coach, showing he's serious about his upcoming rematch. This fresh approach means he's changing up his usual routine, focusing on more precise training. His workouts are now more organized, aiming to sharpen his basics and boost his stamina. People watching him train say Davis looks more dedicated than ever, making it clear he knows what's on the line and is doing everything needed to come out on top.
Saturday night, Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach. What are we expecting from this fight?
Well, we're expecting Gervonta just continue to show us his dominance and show us who he really is. It's really a coming out party for Roach, but we kind of haven't seen him a lot. So he gets to show people what he has too. And usually when you get two guys who are boxers amateurs, it's going to equate to a good fight for the first few rounds. But when they're in the pro round takeover, we'll find out, has Roach adjusted to being a pro yet, or it Tank's too superior now to pro? And that's where the difference will come in.
Roach is coming up on weight. That, a lot of people keep on saying that's a very big disadvantage for Roach. His power might not transfer to, to this weight class. What do you got to say about that to the critics?
Well, I ain't really got nothing to say to the critics, because most of the time they don't know the hell they talking about no weight, but I was able to carry my weight from 154 to heavyweight. You know how to do it right, then your weight, your punch will come. You don't know how to do it right, then yeah, you're going to lose your punch. So if he's a good, fundamentally sound fighter with a punch, you're going to have a punch at 130, then you're going to have a punch at 140. If he's not really fundamentally that sound, then he won't. That's why Tank is able to jump around. Tank walk between 130 and 140, whatever weight he wants. Why? Because he's a great fundamental puncher. So his punch going to be the same no matter what weight you got on. If you are fundamentally sound, that don't matter. But if you're not fundamentally sound, then yeah, when you move up the weight, you're going to lose your punch.
That's exactly what what I thought you would say, like, breaking that down and making understand that from 130, 135 to 140, I mean, you got to carry that power with you, and how are you going to punch?
If you got fundamentals, you're going to carry it automatically. I took it all with a heavyweight, from a junior middleweight.
Hey fight fans, check this out. Gervonta Davis has a new coach, Coach Mustafa, a well-known trainer from Atlanta. Looks like they've started working together as Davis prepares for his rematch, which is now set for June. This coach is famous for sharpening timing, precision, and accuracy. He's also been training Kevin Farmer for his last two fights. So, what does this mean for Tank? Is he leaving Coach Kyle and Coach Kenny behind, or just adding Coach Mustafa to the team? Is it a smart move to switch things up so close to a big fight? Drop your thoughts in the comments. A lot of people agree that Davis didn't perform at his best in the first fight. Maybe distractions or bad strategy held him back. Fans and critics say he underperformed. But now, with his reputation on the line, Davis looks serious about fixing that. His recent changes show he wants to make a clear statement in the rematch. No excuses, just a strong win.
Yo, what's going on, fight fans? Check it out. It looks like Gervonta Davis has a new coach. Now this is Coach Mustafa. He's a well-known coach down in the Atlanta area, and it looks like he's starting to train with him. I know he has that upcoming rematch coming up. It looks like it's slated for June. Now this coach is known for his working on timing, precision, accuracy. Those are some of the things that this coach is well known for. He's also been training Tevin Farmer for his past 2 fights. Now what does this mean for Tank? Is he leaving Coach Kyle and Coach Kenny, or adding Coach Mustafa to the team? Is it smart to switch trainers so close to a fight? Let me know what y'all think down in the comments below.
Experts and boxing fans have noticed how quiet Davis has been recently, especially compared to Lamont Roach, who's been very active in interviews and on social media. Many analysts think Davis's silence is on purpose, that he's quietly training hard and staying focused behind the scenes. This difference, with Roach talking a lot while Davis stays low-key, has led to a lot of talk that Tank is getting ready to come back stronger and surprise everyone in the rematch.
So breaking news, Tank Davis vs. Lamont Roach 2 is set for August 16th in Las Vegas. And this is a rematch of one of the most controversial fights in recent memory, where Roach arguably won 7 to 8 rounds of that fight, and then Tank took a voluntary knee in round 9, which wasn't ruled a knockdown, but ultimately it was scored a majority draw. Now in the rematch, I do expect Tank to look much better than he did in the first fight. I don't think that was his best performance by any means, and that means being more active in the early rounds, not just staying on the ropes looking for counters. And I'm sure he'll be willing to exchange more with Roach this time around. The left hands, the combinations, the body shots, that's where he had the most success in the first fight. And Roach, he just needs to stick to what made him so successful in the first fight. His forward pressure, staying behind that jab and right hand. But most importantly, he wasn't scared to take it to Tank, but he also didn't get too aggressive. Most of Tank's opponents, if they're scared of the power, they'll sit back on the ropes, get slowly broken down, or if they end up getting too aggressive, they get caught with the counterpunch. But Roach, he was sharp that whole fight. I would go Tank in the rematch. I think he has a lot more to show this time around. But Roach did prove to be a very tough test. But you guys let me know who you got.
Trainer Greg Hackett was clear in his recent comments. This rematch is huge for both fighters. He says neither has a clear advantage, so both need to bring their very best. Hackett warned that even one mistake could cost Davis the fight. He stressed the need to stay fully focused and give 100% effort. There's no room for overconfidence or slipping up this time around.
Oh yeah, so we hearing that they got the fight set and scheduled, and it's going to be in Vegas, and it's going to be this August. So yeah, it's basically just been reported. And I'm not gonna lie, we knew it was gonna happen because they both said they down to do it. They both said they got to do the rematch because it was too close. All I'm gonna say is, I'm hoping that boy Tank, because he been quiet lately. Lamont, you been yapping. Talking about you should have won. You keep dwelling on that little almost close win. That boy Gervonta, that Tank, he been... We ain't never seen Tank in this mode. I will say that Lamont, you're a very skilled fighter. But you should be nervous because we ain't never seen Tank like this. He quiet. Like, he's literally hushed, bro. You just see him training. And now out of nowhere, he's like, hey, bro, we can set the fight up. That's actually dangerous. That's actually dangerous when you think about it. Like, dude ain't said a word. Even once the fight was over and pressed, he got the little hat on. He like, yeah, man, we could do the rematch. And he said it. I'm going to go in the gym and I'm going to train. I'm going to just be quiet and work. Good match to Lamont. I ain't going to lie. If I was Lamont, I'll be a little nervous. You ain't got to be scared, but I will be a little nervous because usually Tank, he the one that's like, yeah, don't bring your moms to the fight. Don't bring your peoples to the fight. Dude been real hush-hush lately. I'm not going to lie, y'all. They said the fight set up for August. I might have to go to this one in person. And August is my birthday month. I might have to go to this one in person, bruh. Because this right here, at this point, they're rivals now. This is like the perfect boxing story. They come from the same side of the the map, come from the same gym and camp. I'm not gonna lie, they've been at it since they was kids. This like the perfect boxing story, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. We might have to be in there in person. But like I said, y'all already know how I go. When it come down to it, I'm putting my money on my boy Tank. Lamont, you definitely are skilled, and I'm going into this fight knowing that basically I know you gonna put up a good one, but I got my money on Tank. We ain't never seen Tank like this, bro. Dude quiet, and he ain't saying nothing. The fight just got booked. Oh yeah.